The waters beneath this city flow from both the Indian Ocean and the Atlantic Ocean. Lying beneath the Table of God, you can admire two of the four great oceans of the world. This city can undoubtedly be called one of the places with the best feng shui in the world. Such an excellent natural and geographical environment makes this city, though far away in Africa, quite different from the barren and backward landscapes you might imagine. It is prosperous and developed and has been voted by many organizations as one of the most beautiful cities in the world. This is Cape Town, one of the three capitals of the Republic of South Africa, the legislative capital and the second largest city in the country. So just how good is the feng shui of this city? And what are the must-see attractions here? How did anti-apartheid activist Nelson Mandela get imprisoned here and after his release, become president? What exciting stories are there? In this video, we'll take a tour of Cape Town. As soon as you arrive in Cape Town, the first thing that catches your eye is the city's landmark and symbol, Table Mountain, which stands at 1,087 meters high. What makes this mountain unique is that its summit, unlike other peaks that rise into the clouds, is as flat as a tabletop, hence the name Table Mountain. Every year, from October to March, during the hot summer months, moisture rises up the mountain and meets the cold air at the top, forming a cloud layer that looks like a tablecloth covering the entire mountain. A truly spectacular sight. Thus, Table Mountain is also known as God's Table, and it is one of the new 7 wonders of nature. Table Mountain is not only a World Heritage Site, but it also plays a major role in Cape Town's natural environment. It blocks cold currents, creating a Mediterranean climate with hot, dry summers and mild, rainy winters. From the top of Table Mountain, you can see the shimmering Atlantic Bay and the stunning view of Cape Town's cityscape. Since Cape Town is located in the southern part of the Republic of South Africa, at the southern tip of Africa, its name in English means the City of the Cape. This cape is the famous Cape of Good Hope. Historically, European fleets heading to Asia to exploit resources had to sail around Africa, passing by the Cape of Good Hope. Because this area is where the Atlantic Ocean meets the Indian Ocean, the colliding currents often create dangerous waves. Once the ships safely passed the Cape of Good Hope, they could sail smoothly toward the golden lands of the East. Thus, people named this cape, which brought hope to the fleets, the Cape of Good Hope. As one of the world's most iconic natural landmarks, the Cape of Good Hope has a long history of discovery. Though it holds a beautiful misconception, it is not actually the southernmost point of the African continent. The real southern tip is Cape Agulhas, about 150 kilometers southeast of the Cape of Good Hope. However, due to the strong appeal of the Cape of Good Hope, it remains a must-visit destination for most tourists to South Africa, while only a small number visit Cape Agulhas. With its prime geographical location, the city of Cape Town, where the Cape of Good Hope is located, has changed hands several times over the past 400 years, having been under the colonial rule of the Dutch, British, Germans, and French. As a result, despite being in Africa, Cape Town is filled with diverse European colonial cultural influences. In Cape Town, there is a unique neighborhood called Bo-Kaap, also known as the Malay Quarter. The houses here are painted in bright, vivid colors, and against the blue sky, it feels like you've stepped into a fairy tale. The colorful houses of Bo-Kaap are deeply connected to its history, filled with hardship. The residents here are descendants of Malays, and during the notorious apartheid era, residential areas were divided by race. There were 4 major racial groups: blacks, whites, Indians, and coloreds, with Malays classified as coloreds, only allowed to live in the Malay Quarter. Except for the homes of white Europeans, no other homes were allowed to have house numbers. The clever Malays used colorful houses as address markers, allowing friends, family, and delivery workers to quickly find their homes. Today, Cape Town is one of the most livable cities in the world, with many beaches and bays, such as Bantry Bay, Clifton Bay, and Camps Bay. These areas house some of Cape Town's wealthiest neighborhoods and are among the most villa-dense regions in the world. These coastal homes are nestled between the mountains and the sea. Additionally, the 12 Apostles, 12 peaks rising from the middle of Table Mountain's slopes, are said to be the embodiment of 12 Christian saints. This exceptional feng shui has attracted many wealthy people to purchase homes here, with Camps Bay, which is located directly against Table Mountain, becoming the most exclusive and luxurious residential area. Walking along these coastal homes, you'll reach a newer landmark, the Cape Town Stadium, also known as Greenpoint Stadium, which was one of the venues for the 2010 FIFA World Cup in South Africa. Next to the stadium is the Victoria and Alfred Waterfront, or V&A Waterfront, Cape Town's largest commercial complex, filled with shopping centers, galleries, and museums, a must-see spot for tourists. Because Cape Town sits at the meeting point of the Indian and Atlantic Oceans, the Two Oceans Aquarium at the V&A Waterfront showcases the diverse marine life from both oceans and is definitely worth a visit. But Cape Town is not just about beaches. It also has fertile land. In the valleys behind Table Mountain lie world-famous vineyards and wine estates. Grape cultivation began here as early as the 17th century to help sailors avoid scurvy. Both the grape growing and winemaking techniques were introduced by French colonialists, so the appearance of the vineyards and the flavor of the wine carry a distinct French influence. Next, let's head to a small town near the Cape of Good Hope, Simonstown. This charming seaside town offers breathtaking views, but its most popular attraction is Boulders Beach, also known as Penguin Beach. This beach is home to more than 3,000 penguins. Yes, penguins don't just live in Antarctica. They can be found in many parts of the world. In 1982, local fishermen in Simonstown discovered 2 pairs of penguins, and with the community's care, the penguin population steadily grew. At Penguin Beach, you'll see groups of penguins strolling along the shore, foraging for food. A delightful experience. Lastly, we head to Robben Island, just 6 kilometers off the coast of Cape Town. This island was once one of the most notorious prisons in the world, with a history as long as Cape Town's. For nearly 400 years, it was where colonial powers imprisoned indigenous leaders. After 1960, Robben Island became a prison for political prisoners, and more than 3,000 Black movement leaders were imprisoned here, the most famous of whom was Nelson Mandela, who was imprisoned here in 1964. Mandela spent 18 years in a 4.5 square meter cell on this island, where he endured inhumane treatment. International sanctions against South Africa during the late apartheid era eventually led to the end of apartheid in 1990 and national reconciliation. Mandela was released and 4 years later became South Africa's first Black president, known as the Father of the Nation. In 2004, Mandela was voted the greatest South African. Robben Island is no longer a prison and has since become a World Heritage Site. Mandela once said that during his long years on Robben Island, it was the sight of Table Mountain that always inspired him. Perhaps Table Mountain truly possesses a mystical power, for it not only witnesses Cape Town's history, but also provides endless spiritual strength to all who come near. That's all I wanted to share with you about the city of Cape Town. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to press and hold the like button for 2 seconds. Leave a comment, save, and share. Your support is my greatest motivation to keep making videos.